You can't compare your real life scenarios to other people's highlights. Every situation happens to you for a reason, and you need to analyze the situation and learn the lessons that this situation is trying to teach you. Niggas that take a risk, catch an L, and be scared to take another risk. I know that it's only gonna take one win to change the life of my future. The thing is, we never know how close we are to that W because we always seem to stop. Maybe you need to take one more L before you reach your win. If you're not taking L's, you're not going hard enough. What up, fellas? We on the rooftop with it. I know a lot of times, like, we look at pictures, we look at videos, we look at other people's profiles and pages, videos, and we begin to feel as though things are just supposed to happen. Or we look at testimonials and other people saying that they're starting this business or they attain this asset, and we think that it's just supposed to happen. A lot of us, we think that the road to success is like this, but to be honest, that can't be further from the truth. This video, I kind of want to get a little personal. I'm going to talk about being realistic and embracing the L's. There was a time in my life where I felt as though L's were the ending. If I take an L, I used to think it was the end all be all. I used to think it was the worst thing ever. But now I kind of look at L's a lot differently. And I know this may sound cliche, but I just want to be realistic with you guys. My L's have taught me the best lessons that I've learned. And my L's have pushed me out of my comfort zone. My L's have helped me grow. And the L's that I've taken is kind of the recipe for my biggest successes. I look at it like this. If I didn't take the L's that I've taken, I wouldn't be the man that I am today. And that's just me being realistic. If life was sweet, if life was perfect, I wouldn't even have nothing to talk about. Let me just get straight to the point, fellas. Let's start off with social media. I currently now have a timer on all my social media apps because I had an issue with scrolling. Not only is social media and scrolling bad for your brain, it creates bad time management. It's a distraction. But it also leaves room for comparison, right? We all do it, and I've been a victim of it. Comparison is the thief of joy. A lot of times our situation is better than what we think it is. But when we see other people posting the highlights of their life and we start comparing our life to theirs, we start to feel like maybe we aren't where we're supposed to be when in reality we are. And it's really sad because you could be having a good day. You could be exactly where you need to be. You could be having your life together. You could be taking care of your family. But then as soon as you open social media, you get to scrolling and you start comparing yourself to these celebrities and stuff. That whole cycle right there is unhealthy. One thing I want to tell you, fellas, is don't let social media make you feel like you need to be winning all the time. When you start comparing yourself to people on social media, you start feeling down or you start feeling like you're behind in life. And when I used to do that, I had to take a step back and realize my journey isn't their journey. Your story isn't their story. You can't compare your real life scenarios to other people's highlights. Your timing and your journey is altered to you. Am I happy? Yes, but I would never sit here and act like I don't have bad days. I've showed y'all the videos and I've explained to you guys how I've had days where I did not know how to talk to people. I've had times in my life where I've doubted myself. I damn near tell you guys every video how I fell off of my good habits and obtained bad ones. I've made bad decisions that have caused me to lose some of the people that I cared about the most in my life. But the thing is, when you cut out that social media and you get in tune with yourself, you realize nobody is perfect. I realized I don't have to be winning all the time. When I was comparing myself to other people, I was rushing my process and it caused me to waste a lot of resources, a lot of time. We've all seen it. We'll see people post things on social media. Hey, I made this amount of money this fast, doing this easy work. Then we go ahead and we buy that course or whatever the case may be, and we think it's going to happen for us the same way it happened for them, when majority of the time that is not the case. So fellas, stop comparing yourself to other people on social media. Even if you don't want to delete the app, go ahead and just set a timer on that motherfucker. Let me tell you about one of the biggest L's that I've taken in my life. And this is the reason why I say embrace your L's. This L that I took literally changed my life. Back during the pandemic, I was working for Porsche, one of the most respected brands in the world. When we finally got the opportunity to work remote during the pandemic, I took my opportunity for granted. Since my computer was right next to my bed, sometimes I'll be laying in the bed typing on the keyboard like this, not even leaving my mattress. I will show up and clock in late, and my workstation is literally not even a foot away from my bed. I'm going over my lunch breaks, being lazy, being irresponsible. And eventually, after the third warning, they fired me. The reason I consider that an L because not only was I unemployed at this time, but that was one of the best companies that I've ever worked for in my life. But when they let me go, I fell into a depression state. I had to look in the mirror and understand that I just got fired from a job, not because I couldn't do the job, not because I didn't have the knowledge, not because I wasn't getting along with my manager, but it was because I was lazy and didn't want to roll out the bed. You never wanted to be because you're lazy. You never wanted to be over something that you could control. Every situation happens to you for a reason, and you need to analyze the situation and learn the lessons that this situation is trying to teach you. Getting fired from my job at Porsche taught me to never take opportunity for granted. At that point, I was rolling out of bed so damn late all the time because I was fucking off on my sleep schedule. I was staying up late. I felt like since my computer was right next to my bed, I didn't have to go to bed at a reasonable time. My schedule was fucked up. So you know what I did? I tightened up my schedule and I prioritized my rest. From that point forward, when you get proper rest, you're more focused. I took that opportunity to begin studying IT. And when I took my 12-week course to become a software engineer, ask me if I showed up late to class. Ask me if I was ever late on a homework assignment. Ask me if I was ever late for my studies. Ask me if I passed all my exams. Ask me if I was ever late to an exam. Because I seen what the consequences are when you bullshit with your time. So yes, I took the L of getting fired from Porsche. When I took that L, I learned from it and I adapted. Another L that I've taken in my life, I've had financial setbacks. There was a time in my life where I had no money in my bank account. I literally remember being at Walmart trying to use my Wells Fargo card, and I'm getting a notification and the cashier is telling me that my card declined. Then I'm getting a notification from Wells Fargo saying that my bank account is at -10. I was a kid back in 2017 that didn't have it. I couldn't afford the designer sneakers and the Jordans like my friends had. I would work hard all week, and then when the weekend come out, fuck my money off. I wasn't saving money. I wasn't investing. Trump sent them stimulus checks. I fucked that off as well. Buying clothes and other bullshit. Taking these L's, it caused me to build stronger financial habits. I started saving my money. I picked up a second job doing DoorDash. I worked multiple jobs to build my savings. Nothing makes me more happy, fellas, when I see an opportunity and I'm able to invest in it. Mentorship, business. So the L's that I took when I was throwing away my money, or when I was buying bullshit, trying to be the flyest nigga in the room, forced me to be smarter with my dollar. Fellas, these L's humble me. Sometimes that L is all you need to take you to the next level. It's all about perspective. I told you guys how I used to look at L's as a negative thing, but when I changed my perception of them and realized how L's literally made me stronger, you just can't let it break you. A lot of niggas fold over their L's. Niggas that take a risk, catch an L, and be scared to take another risk. The thing that keeps me going, fellas, and motivated is I understand that it only takes one win to change the life of my family. I know that it's only going to take one win to change the life of my future. The thing is, we never know how close we are to that W because we always seem to stop. Maybe you need to take one more L before you reach your win. That's why it's hard for me to give up, because I really feel as though that a lot of times we're closer to that W than we think. Since we're comparing what we're going to social media, we get discouraged. We're embarrassed to show our L's. We only want to show the gold, glitz, and the glamour. All in all, fellas, embrace your L's. The biggest men in history overcame the worst obstacles. Can't wait at the end of my journey to look back and see all the stones that was thrown at me, all the doubt, all the people that probably cracking jokes in their group chats, not believing you can make it, projecting their fears on you, trying to slow you down, pull you down, stop you. If you're not taking L's, you're not going hard enough. Fellas, get your ass out the bed, go take your L for the day, and get closer to that W. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Follow the social media on all platforms. Until next time, fellas,